is only 13 years old, and he was watching his mama struggle. Mom is a single mom of 3 kids, and William being 13, he was getting to where, now he's the oldest, so he's getting to where he's kind of taking over that role as the man of the house.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and so he was like, okay, what can I do to help my mama? So he started like mowing the lawn of his neighbors and really getting out there and doing things like that. And he had one item that he wanted to buy for her specifically to make her life a little bit easier. So he mows the lawn. He's almost got enough money for what he wants. And he says, you know what? I can do without this Xbox. So he had a garage sale or did whatever to sell the Xbox. He got the money for it. And then he runs in the house. His mom sees him drive up to the house with a lady, like a lady's driving. He wasn't driving.
Who's this stranger?
Yeah, who's the stranger? She has a car that she is going to be selling to William to make his mom's life easier. He used the money that he mowed the lawn, sold the Xbox to buy his mama a car.
That's so good.
She was doing all this trying to get the kids to school, trying to get them to, their extracurricular activities, wherever they were going. And she didn't have a car to do it, so she was bumming rides. She was taking the bus.
That was a lot of lawn mowing that this young man did.
Yes.
And then selling the Xbox for what, a couple $100?
Probably.
Amazing.
And yeah, so, wow. And his mom's like, I can't believe he did something like this for me.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
The old FisherPrice throwback telephone toy that you probably had as a kid, and all my kids had one.
Yeah, mine too.
They probably had the same one. We just never got rid of it. It's gone from our house now, so our grandkids will never get it whenever we get them. But here's the thing. It's got the wheels on it, it has the eyes on it, and the old throwback rotary on the top. So you know what I'm talking about if you ever had one of these phones. And then when you pull it with the string, the eyes go dun, 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 up and down, right?
And they go, it makes a little clicking sound.
It's a clicking
too.
sound.
Yeah, exactly.
How does it go?
Sort of like.
It
sounds like a squirrel eating acorns.
Eating carrots or something. So the new ones that are out, I think they're called Chatterbox.
Yes,
is that what they're called?
telephone.
So the new ones that are out now connects to Bluetooth, and your kids can call grandma and grandpa and literally talk to them and not play. Remember, your kids would go, and we were talking on the phone.
They sound like Blue from Blue's Clues.
Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So now you can connect it up to either Bluetooth.
Right.
You even charge it just like an iPhone. I mean, it's crazy.
It is. Like, I would like to have one. I think it's super cute. I think it would be very cute. I don't know what the reception is going to be like, if it's going to be as good as your mobile phone, but yeah, I don't know. It's wild looking.
What do you mean reception?
I mean, like signal on your phone.
Okay.
Okay, we live in the sticks. We live in the country. If I'm in my bedroom,
it connects up to your phone.
But still.
The Bluetooth connects up to your phone. So you'll be using your phone to make the call with.
I understand that, but it's still another generation that it has to go through, right?
Do you have Bluetooth earbuds?
They don't have Connect in my house either.
They don't connect to your
Not
iPhone
very well. Like,
in
there's
your
always
house?
a reception issue.
How far away are you from your phone?
I'm right there with it. We live, I told you, we live
That's got
in the country.
nothing to do. It will still connect to your phone.
Are we talking the same language?
I evidently no.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
It was one of those moments where you thought somebody was thinking one thing, but it was totally different from what was going on in your head. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. So Liz last week is getting very emotional over something she's reading.
Yeah. It was during Shareathon, and there was a story that came in that just touched my heart, and I'm trying to, read it and have the emotion that I feel the person who told us the story had when they were writing it, right? And it was touching my heart. And I look over, and Rob is, to me, in my mind, just brought to tears. Well, I don't know about you, but when I see a big, strong man crying, I am a puddle in the floor. Like, then it's just my emotions are amped up. Like 100%.
She's crying more and more.
Oh,
she could not compose herself.
No, I'm sobbing.
And what I was doing was holding back a sneeze.
But
seriously. So listen, I cannot sneeze softly.
It's
I
not
can't
like
go. I can't do that. And I'm thinking, I'm going to ruin a moment here that Liz is having if I sneeze. And so I put my head down and I'm pinching the top of my nose because that helps me from not sneezing. And I'm literally praying, oh dear Lord, I am praying, oh dear Lord, please don't let me sneeze.
In this moment. But I look over and my interpretation is, this is touched his
She thought I
heart.
was crying.
And so I see him hold. So when I try not to cry, I hold my nose, like where the nostrils are. I hold my nose and I pinch really, really, really hard. And I try not to. So
that's why she thought I was crying.
And when he lifted his little face and his eyes were red and watery, I'm like, this story is getting him like it's getting me.
It's me holding in a sneeze.
And then when I found that, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, all right. Don't know if that's ever happened to you, but certainly it's happened here.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Let me tell you about this best news ever. Not only do we have the opportunity to continue to share the hope of Jesus with others because of you and your gift, His Radio, which we had a Shareathon last week to raise the operational budget for this listener-supported radio station, met the goal in 4 days. I want to call it 3.5 because we ended at 3 p.m.
Yeah, it kind of was
on Friday.
3 3/4.
Something like
There you
that. At 102%.
Yeah, we did.
Which is amazing. So that's 2,774,000 people. That was the goal, but we ended up at 2,824 people. So we wanted to say thank you for supporting His Radio. I was at a men's retreat over the weekend.
Yeah.
Just about everybody was going, did you make it? Did you make it? Did you make it? And I'm like, yes, so awesome that it happened.
Yeah, and like you say, 3 3/4 days basically is where you helped us reach the goal because that's it. We can't do it without you. And I saw on social media people were asking and congratulating and high-fiving and stuff like that. So kind of all in it together as we share the hope of Jesus. And thank you so much.
It was so good. You're sharing the hope of Jesus with others and making that a possibility. Thank you for giving during Shareathon last week.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Macaroni and cheese, mac and cheese, an exclusive club. They call it, are you ready? Craft Flavors Club. And they even leave the A out of it.
They do, and they want us to join. Now, it's kind of like a contest at first where you have to get on their social media and do the hashtags and all that stuff. And then you could get an exclusive invite to be one of the first that gets to try some of their new flavors.
Yeah.
Flavors.
What?
Flavors.
Flavors. Yeah, because they leave the A out of their club. I don't know why. It should be a grade A club. Pizza, ranch, and buffalo. That's their. That is, believe it or not, that is flavors that they're going to allow their club members to try first before anybody else. Don't know what I say? Ranch, pizza, and buffalo.
So I'm not as upset about those as some of the other flavors that I've seen, because didn't Kraft mac and cheese do like a pumpkin spice one?
Oof.
That's just ridiculous.
Ooh.
It's ridiculous. But pizza, I wouldn't like it, but I can see where there would be an audience for it.
That is the most logical because
Buffalo.
it's pasta.
True.
And I can get that with the mac and cheese, but why mix it up? Buffalo belongs on chicken.
A lot of people have you ever had buffalo chicken pizza?
No.
I'm not a fan, but I know that's a thing. The ranch, I totally get the ranch because there are people that will put ranch on anything.
Some of my family dips their pizza in ranch.
All of my family, except for me, dip their pizza in ranch.
Well, enjoy. So if you like that kind of stuff on your mac and cheese, there you go. You got
There's
a little club.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
If you had your way, what would your snack be in the house? And it's just for you. Like this whole Kraft macaroni and cheese thing we heard about earlier with all this exclusive club stuff. 800-447-7234.
Yeah, I love to snack. I'm not much of a meal eater, but I like to graze and have little snacks. So I would say some type of cracker. Not good for me.
You don't know what it is?
Because
Isn't
I
it a certain
change-
cracker?
It really...
Is it the Ritz?
It is not the Ritz.
Is it the saltines?
No, there's one that I really like right now. It's like Crunch Master or something like that.
You don't even know the name of your favorite cracker?
No, I know I can.
What kind of a snack is this?
It's just a cracker, but it's like a multi-grain, and they're so good. But I'm so weird because it's typically
There's nothing wrong with that. I like crackers. I got to stay away from crackers. Look at me. I look like a cracker.
Well, that's the thing.
I look like just one big blob of carb.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Okay.
You know that.
So Emily is here at 800-447-7234. What is it for you, Emily? Your snack in the house?
Creme brulee, like that amazing custard with the burnt sugar topping on the top. I could be painfully rubbing my abdomen and saying, I cannot eat another thing. And then somebody offers creme brulee, and I'm like, hand it over. That's for me. I almost would get sick if I had to, because creme brulee is pretty much magic to me.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
How crazy that there's a Star Wars themed house that's 11.5 mil.
Yeah. And it's for sale right now. No one's ever lived in this home yet, so it's a new build, and it is so tricked out. It's gorgeous.
Check this out. 15 bedrooms and 19 bathrooms. There's more bathrooms than bedrooms in this joint. And the whole thing feels like you're in a starship when you're inside. It's not normal walls.
No.
I mean, they really tricked this thing out. It's like 5 miles from Disney. Mm-hmm. They have a in-home spa and sauna that seats 16 people. You're greeted by Darth Vader mannequin at the door. It's life-size. You go there, and there it is.
I hope it breathes.
Home.
I hope it does that.
And then they have 2 kid-friendly bunk rooms, and there's 12 bunks in each of these rooms.
And it almost looks like one of the rooms looks like where the stormtroopers might sleep, and then the other one maybe, the rebellion people might sleep. I don't know.
It's crazy. The vaulted ceilings are so high. Mm-hmm. You'd think you'd see the atmosphere in it. I mean, it's crazy. Oversized kitchen, dining room, Chewbacca, Stormtroopers, Baby Yoda, Princess Leia, all themed rooms that are in this place.
They even have one where, like, Han Solo is frozen in carbonite.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
The thing that took me by surprise was their lackluster of a home gym.
It has...
It looked like one that you'd see in a hotel.
Right. It has a
It's
bike
horrible.
and a treadmill and maybe a medicine ball or something like that. The kitchen is also a little more lackluster than I would have expected, because you look at the living room is the things dreams are made of.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
Big basketball court on the inside. It
know.
is Florida. You have to play basketball inside in Florida.
And a beautiful pool. And then you walk in the kitchen, and it's like, okay. all right.
11.5 million. So if you know somebody that has that kind of dime, wants a Florida home, loves Star Wars, this is it.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Here's this couple that really appreciates what every healthcare worker is doing in the hospital. So they went out in their city and they thought, let's just get some gift cards to give to nurses and doctors and all the practitioners. And so they went and they bought $50 gift cards, went around to a bunch of restaurants, and then delivered them to the hospital. Hospital was kind of overwhelmed because it was 322 gift cards, which cost this couple their own dime. They just did this because they wanted to. $16,000. Then all of a sudden the couple's like, we didn't look for this, but we got letters in the mail from the hospital. They got like 60 letters from all the employees of the hospital. They were like, thank you so much for just appreciating us and giving us some meals with these gift cards.
Yeah, it's more than just even the meal or the coffee or whatever it was. It was that somebody thought of you so much because of what they have been doing. They have been pulling not only the regular 12-hour shifts, but I'm sure extra shifts when someone is sick and can't come to work, or, the job shortage, that people are not getting jobs. But they just wanted to say thank you, and I'm sure it just touched their hearts.
That was just so nice.
Yeah.
That they would do something like that.
Sure.
I never think of that kind of stuff, but this couple, they did, and they wanted to make a difference.